Hello everyone, Diane Roberts here. Another hot day in New England. Someone was asking, what is my accent? Where do I live? Well, I live in Rhode Island, and of course, I have no accent. Okay. Hello to all my subscribers, all my faithful subscribers. Thank you for tuning in again. And also, I want to say welcome to my new subscribers. Um, since last week when I posted my last video, I have some new subscribers for which I'm very grateful and happy to be sharing my retirement vlog with you. The whole point of this retirement vlog, for those of you who are not retired and don't know this yet, is that you don't know what you won't get done in retirement. You dream and dream of all those work days. You dream and dream of when you'll have the time off and you'll do whatever you want every day and it's going to be wonderful. Well, first of all, retirement is wonderful. And you do have to do a lot of things first, like cooking and cleaning and laundry and car maintenance and paying the bills. And then there comes the next wave of things, that favors for people. Your father calls and needs something, your daughter calls and needs something. People in the family need things and they just call you because they know you're home. And I'm happy to do it. But those are things that you don't factor in. Then the things that go wrong, or the things that are interjected into your life that you never expect, that happen to you when you're working too, but you work around it and maybe take a day off. You can't take a day off when you're already not working, so you just have to catch up. I don't know if I'm explaining it very well, but don't get me wrong. Retirement's great, but you don't get everything accomplished that you dreamed you would have during your working days. I guess that's all I want to say. Anyhow, the last time I talked to you was last Saturday, and I showed you my little sunflower with the baby inside of it. That's not finished yet because I had other things in the queue before I could finish the sunflower. It's nearly finished, but I didn't bring it here today because I want it to be finished the next time you see it. It's not going to take long at all. It's a quick project, but there were other things going on, as there always are. Oh, anyhow, let's get this one on. Let's get going on this one. During the week, I put in a little video with no talking, no talking. It was just a picture of some of the quilts that got made on our Sunday Sit and Sew over in Cumberland. I go once a month to the Sit and Sew group and we make quilts. I finished my quilt and finally I finished that quilt that day. Well, I had it all, I didn't do the hand binding. I had it all, the binding sewn on and clipped, ready to be stitched. I do a hand binding, not a machine binding, so that was still more that I had to do on that. So that's my one finished object for this week. I'm going to put a video in over here that shows the finished quilt. 1 second, and we'll do that now. Well, I finished the rainbow quilt. Here it is. I don't know how good the light is in here this morning. It's got a multicolored binding. Let's see if I can show it to you. Well, that's it. It's finished. Here it is. Let's do this. There we go. I'm sure there was a number of ways I could have taken this to make it look better, but this is the bottom. There are the colors. And it's done. Okay, so that first video was a little fumbly. Anytime I try to do a video when I don't have the object prepared and I either had my phone or my camera. I think I had my camera that day. I couldn't get it spread out enough to show you the binding. So the second video there, I spread it out on the floor and you could see the multicolored binding. I used all the colors from the flowers in the quilt, put them all together, and use that as a binding. So I finished that up probably on Monday, and then it's for my friend who is fighting cancer right now. So she is staying, she's not staying in her home. They have a campsite up in Connecticut, and they stay there every summer. And it's a one level trailer where everything is very accessible for her. She doesn't have to go upstairs to the bathroom and the bedroom as she has to in her home. So she's spending the summer at her campsite. So another one of my friend and one of my friends and I got together and said, let's take a ride up and take Joyce out for, I wasn't going to give you her name, but Joyce is her name. Take her out for lunch, because she's up there and she's alone most of the time. So that's what we did on Wednesday. We took a ride up to Connecticut, and she brought us to this great restaurant. We had it was a really cool place, a little like mom and pop kind of diner place that had pastry and good food. And so we ate and we had a good time. I gave her the quilt. Christine was walking her dog for her because she's up there with her dog so that she's not alone. And then we got back. So that was a nice day. But when you go on a day trip like that, it was an hour and a half drive. So that's 3 hours of driving. And then we visited for a while. So it was a full day. I picked Chris up in the morning and we got back around 5:30, something like that. So that was a day of that's what I call a fun day, but a non-productive day in my retirement scheme for getting all my whips done, all my works in progress. Anyhow, what I wanted to show you today, besides the picture of the quilt, because I've already given it away, is my project. I am working on the surprise sock along of 2003 with Stephen West. If you've never done, and this one's a mystery, if you've never done a mystery along with Stephen West, you got to try at least one. If you knit, you're going to love it. He's a riot. He's so clear. He shows you practically every step of the project. It's so easy to knit with him, and it's fun. So this is a sock along. It started Thursday, July 6th. Right, yes. So that was a week ago Thursday. I didn't show it to you last Saturday because I had only started it. I had to have it done by Thursday, which I did. So now I'm working, and I stopped there and started the second sock. You don't have to do the second sock if you don't want to. As you're doing the first one, I started the second one so that I won't have that much to catch up on. But he's calling this sock a burst. I think it's the burst of color, because he wants you to use two colors, and he wants you to use a high contrast 2-color sock. So let me go ahead and show you the sock. It's a top-down sock. I don't know if I have enough light in here. Is it bright enough in here? Hang on. Let's see what I can do about this light so you can see the cables. Sometimes it's way too much light. Washing me out, but maybe you'll be able to see the sock. Here we go. Yeah. So it's a knit 2, purl 2 ribbing, and then it goes into this cable. Oh, why does the sun do that? Let me try a light. This is that might help. Maybe get rid of this. Oh, that helps too. All right, let's see. All right over here. So there's the cable around, and then it goes from the cable into a chevron pattern with the dark green and the light green. And I'll tell you, this was fun. It was really fun. And now, if you'll notice, this is the right sock. We're working on the right sock, and the direction of these steps go up to the left. There's going to be a right sock in which it goes in the other direction. However, what Stephen says is, no worries. If this was difficult for you, don't do the second sock as a left sock. You can do 2 rights, and he says it'll look good. two rights, don't make a wrong, make a nice sock. A nice pair of socks. I'm loving it. So right now on this one I'm going to start part 2, which is the rest of the leg, because this is the cuff, then the leg, and then there's going to be the heel. So that's how much we have in the instructions for this week, is the rest of the leg and the turning of the heel. So it's pretty exciting, pretty fun, and I really like it. Oh, I wish I had, everything looked good when I first opened up. Here we go. That's what it looks like. I don't understand why this gets brighter and darker, but I'm using the laptop. I'm not using a camera. Okay, so that's this week's progress. What else happened this week? Oh, I have an acquisition. It's not yarn, but it's a notion. And it's from Katrinkles, and I really like it. It is called, oh, it's not on here. I don't remember what it's called. I don't think I saved my slip. Okay, but here's what it is. It's a sock. It's not a Christmas stocking. It's a sock for when you're knitting socks. And what it has on here is the Kitchener. There we go. It's got the Kitchener instructions for when you have to Kitchener your sock. And it has a 2-inch measurement right here if you do a 2-inch cuff. It has a 1-inch measurement right here. You can see on the back if you need a 1/2 inch, or if you need 1 inch and a quarter, whatever. And right here in the toe, there's a little razor blade so that you can cut your yarn. And here's a little lobster clasp so you can hang it on your project bag. Now I do have one of the little squares for the Kitchener stitch, and it's on one of my sock bags, but it never hurts to have two notions, even if they do the same thing. First of all, because they're cute and fun, and second of all, because sometimes you can't find your other one without a big hunt. So, and everybody needs to have the Kitchener at their fingertips. Although I have memorized it. You have? Then why'd you buy this? Because it was cute. I guess that's why. All right, so that's that. Now my light's getting all crazy, so I guess it's time for me to say bye for now. Is it better back here? I don't know. All right, thank you for tuning in, and I'm hoping to bring you, let's see, what am I going to have done for next week? Next week I'm going to bring you the next clue 2 of the Color Blast sock finished. Fingers crossed. And maybe I'll work on my ranunculus because it's very close to being finished. But I do have a number of quilts that are on the machine getting done. So we'll see what gets finished to bring you for next week. Have a great week. Enjoy the wonderful summer wherever you are, whether it's warm or cold, because it's the season. It's today. Enjoy today. Thanks for watching. Bye now.